Alright, so I'm gonna get straight to the point. Is Mythforce worth playing? Well, to be honest, this game totally came off as a really interesting and fun concept with the art style, but I feel like it ended up being a kind of repetitive roguelite in general. It feels pretty early access. It's not great solo. It's decent with other players, but other than that, there's a lot of other games in the genre that I feel does it well. So, if I do I recommend it? Probably not. If you're interested, stick around. I'll give you some more information about Mythforce, including about the story, how the game plays, and then more in depth on some good stuff, as well as even more of the bad stuff. So, to get started, the story, it's nice and simple. You got 4 heroes. They founded the Mythforce, and they're defeating evil. You don't really need to know more than that. The gameplay. First-person roguelites. You're going to be doing runs on various different stages that you're going to be choosing from. They're going to be around 30 to 40 minutes, assuming you get through the runs. You're going to be fighting through room after room, fighting enemies, ranging from, skeletons, mushrooms, little robot magical beings. You got traps, chests, mini-bosses, survival waves, and then ultimately, you will be, fighting a boss at the very end of the acts. So let's talk about more about the mechanics, though. The roguelike aspect here. Basically, the things that are roguelikey here is the random rooms per run. You get different upgrades to your skills, your weapons, your utilities, and get different potions, and all that's different per run as well. The combat, you either got like melee, range, magic. You have a basic light attack. You can hold for a heavy attack. Every character uses things like bows, maces, magical, books, utility skills for running around, damaging skills, putting a black hole, people go into it, different ultimates. But then everyone has a universal rage that knocks down enemies that are near them, heals you, and completely fills your stamina bar. You got jumping, running, blocking, parrying. You can perfect parry too, and you can also do stuff like status effects like fire, electric, to either do more DPS or even freeze them. So that's pretty much how the game plays. Let's talk about the good stuff before I do the bad stuff. The good stuff. The art style, the trailer. I was pretty excited when this game first got announced. It looked good. They did a great job showing how how fun this could be as a party. You all going in there. It looks like a Saturday morning cartoon feel. It looks good, right? The trailer and art style, pretty good. Sounds, I would have to give it a pretty okay plus on that. They got voice characters, and there's banter between them in multiplayers, like going in between the different rooms that they talk. You can learn a little bit more about the personalities. I wasn't expecting that, so it was nice to see. And then they have a really cool Mythforce theme, but other than that, that's it for the sounds, I think. Yeah. Another thing I did like is there's 4 heroes here, and there is meta progression. A roguelite can always stand on its own, never ever having meta upgrades. But here, it does have that, and I think it kind of works well. It gives you an incentive to keep playing if you want to go through all that grind. So an example is you're going to get different gems that just drop from enemies and from chests. You're going to be picking them up, and then when you're in town, you're going to be slotting them on your constellation. The constellation is different for every character, and each gem does different things, such as increasing attack, defense, health, stamina, cooldown, etc. Different weapon upgrades, and you can also improve found relics throughout the game. So that's the meta. It's not terrible, right? And another good thing, the multiplayer was actually fun. You have different roles. All the characters play just slightly more different, and you have to really work together. You can revive people, you can tank for them, you can aggro for them. However, there's no in-game sort of mic you can talk. I don't even think there's typing. Just emoting around and pinging and basically looking at the other character and just like pointing. Someone was trying to give me a potion in the game, but I wanted to see if they wanted the potion, but we had no way of contacting. So what they did was they looked at me, looked at the potion, looked at me, and looked at the potion again. So I knew what they were going for. It's like that old school thing, but it worked with randoms, but definitely if you can play with your other friends, I absolutely would. Okay, now for the bad stuff. I would say one thing, as soon as you launch the game, it's going to turn a lot of people off because you hit it, you buy it on Steam, you hit launch, it doesn't launch. Instead, it launches some epic launcher dependencies. It's really weird that you're launching on Steam, but then you have to do some epic stuff. So it's a little weird that way. People will be pissed off. I don't really mind. It's just so weird. But that's one thing I do need to know. Another thing that's bad is the very, very repetitive gameplay. Now, this is the nature of this being a roguelite. You're going to be doing the same things over and over again. However, a lot of roguelites, especially the really good ones, the memorable ones, like the Binding of Isaac and stuff like that, it's good, and it is replayable. Hundreds of thousands of hours, because there's so much variety. Here, there is not that much. Barely any room set tiles, and I mean barely. You are seeing the same ones over and over again within a few minutes, and that's not a good thing at all. That is not a good thing. This is on launch day as well, and no one's playing. I looked at the Steam players, around 100 or so people playing. Not good, really not good. I could not find any people to play on quick play. I had to open up my lobby, and luckily one other person came through. It has mixed reviews on Steam, and I can see why. It's not the worst experience that I've had playing a new launch game that, you know, really tries to be the next big roguelite. But, well, I don't know if they're going for that, but, you know, a roguelite in general, they're asking for money. It's not the worst, but it's not the greatest. Mixed is, I would say, pretty fair for this game. Another thing I've been experiencing is some bugs. Basically, some skills not working. If you use them in tandem with each other, it kind of locks the other one out until you get hits or get knocked down. Also, some graphical errors that did persist during the whole run. For example, I shot a bow, but then I used a shield attack. But before the shield could come back to me, I shot with my bow, and the shield ended up getting stuck to my bow. So every time I raised my bow, it would get in my face, and I couldn't really do much there. It was really annoying. I couldn't do anything but just try to, you know, fight with it on. Another thing is the UI and the tutorial. I feel like it's just not that great here. In this game, they kind of bombard you with nothing but like text and static images to learn everything. You know, like how to play the game. Like, oh, this is how you do light attack. This is how you do blah, blah, blah. It's not a good look. Sure, you can, you know, info dump it and people like will read it. Like I'm one of those gamers that I want to know what's going on. I want to see everything. But this is a game that you're trying to sell to people, right? So you want to have a good sort of package there, and they didn't have that. And you know, the text doesn't even cover everything. Like, I would be happy if it did, but it doesn't even explain stuff like a lot of the status effects. Like, obviously fire and chill, pretty self-explanatory, but then they have thunder, lightning, and then you have corruption. What does that even do, right? And your Mythforce ultimate, I don't think it's ever explained to you. Overall, the game feels kind of unbalanced, and I do have to stress, this really, really does feel like an early access game. It's a little clunky, but there's also some heart in here. Some upgrades you just never want to take, and others just feel extremely broken, like it's a must-have. So, to sum up, is Mythforce worth buying? Who should be picking this game up? Right now on Steam, full price, it's around $30. At least they're not trying to, you know, upsell a $40 to $50 game. If you want to support these guys, I think $30 is the max that they have it at, which is fine to find. But overall, once again, my opinion, it feels pretty hollow. Feels early access. There's not enough depth, and definitely, like, this is a sin for roguelikes in my opinion. The variety is just not there. The variety in tile sets, the enemies, it's just not there. I don't think the art style saves it. It's the big selling point and why people are interested. I even go look at the trailer, right? It looks like a cool game, but it does not save it overall. I cannot recommend it except on a sale. $20 maybe, and don't play it alone. Play it with friends. There's many other better solo roguelites that can do this, but you know, better. So that's my review on Mythforce. I'll be leaving you guys with a little boss battle we had during our stream the other day, and then we'll go from there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Mythforce. Go ahead and come by the stream where I'm live streaming all this and more. And if you want to see the Let's Play, down below, MabiVsGames 2, to see all the footage I'm going to upload and more, Discord and everything, all in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This is it, homie. We're locked. Let's go.
No more games. You'll never
here we go.
get into the crypts without the key. Of course. No one can claim it without defeating me.
Cool bird.
Which means no one can claim it.
I'm so close to death. Get
I'll
him!
trample you
Oh my
underfoot.
god, I'm dying already.
You kept everybody against a piece of this one. Stand still! Curse you!
I'll just shield up.
This one. Aim for this. Catch!
I'll tank it. I'll tank it all, my lady.
A savage blow!
Ah, leave her alone. Get away from my lady.
I can hardly feel that. You only think you hurt.
Music's going ham. Help. Hooray for shielding, right? Oh. I'll tank it. Do what you gotta do.
You like a bird. Huh? I warn you. You
Yeah.
cannot outnumber me.
Take this.
Artillery.
Help.
Dodge this.
I think I'm gonna die. Run away. Ah.
You
Venom
cannot
ablaze.
evade my grasp forever.
Shit, run.
Stand. I'll blink. I
Oh, I'm dead.
won't let it end this way.
Not like this.
You fight like a beast. Smash everything.
Get him.
I could do this all day.
The fucking Mythforce music. I can't get near him anymore, but I can set him on fire at least.
Is one good shot.
I can DPS him. Yeah, there you go.
Cannot evade my grasp forever.
Shield bash.
Go
Yeah, we
then.
did it.
Take the key.
Fuck you.
You may have beaten me,
Finally.
but you'll
Finally.
never defeat Daedalus.
Yay, we did it. Interesting. So you don't share that. I was gonna pick everything up, but I left it to see if she was gonna grab some. It looks like it was disappearing, right?